Ready to unlock some serious social secrets? We're taking a deep dive into the mega bestseller, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Dale Carnegie, a classic. It's remarkable how relevant his insights remain after almost a century.
Absolutely.
This isn't just some dusty self-help book, it's a guide to understanding human nature at its core.
It really is, and we've got excerpts from the book itself.
All fantastic.
So we're getting Carnegie's wisdom straight from the source.
Yeah!
Plus, we'll uncover the fascinating backstory of how this book came to be. But first, let's jump right into one of Carnegie's most compelling arguments, the sheer futility of criticism.
It's something he illustrates oh so brilliantly with the story of Two Gun Crowley, a notorious gangster. Even facing the electric chair, Crowley refused to take responsibility, blaming everyone but himself.
It's a stark example.
It is.
But as Carnegie points out, this tendency to deflect blame, it isn't unique to criminals, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Think of Al Capone, who fancied himself a benevolent provider of, quote, lighter pleasures, or those implicated in the Teapot Dome scandal, all dodging accountability. It's human nature in action, isn't it?
Precisely. And it's easy to point fingers at these larger-than-life figures, but if we're honest with ourselves, haven't we all been guilty of this at some point? It's much easier to find excuses than to look in the mirror.
So true. And that's where Carnegie's first principle comes in. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. He argues that it's completely counterproductive. But how do we apply this without simply letting things slide?
Well, he offers a powerful example. Abraham Lincoln's response to General George Meade after the Battle of Gettysburg. Meade let a golden opportunity slip through his fingers, allowing Lee's army to escape. Lincoln was understandably furious.
Oh, I can imagine. Imagine the pressure on Lincoln at that moment, the fate of the nation hanging in the balance.
Exactly. He even drafted a scathing letter, but thankfully he never sent it. Instead, he chose a different approach, one that acknowledged the magnitude of the loss, but did so without alienating Meade. He appealed to Meade's better nature, even acknowledging that, he might have made the same mistake.
It's a masterclass in handling a delicate situation.
It really is.
And it highlights a crucial point. Empathy can be far more effective than blame. Criticizing someone often triggers defensiveness, making them less likely to change. Instead of tearing someone down, what if we focused on understanding their perspective?
That's where real change can happen. And it leads us to another fundamental principle, the profound human need to feel important. Carnegie argues that this desire drives almost everything we do.
And he illustrates this with so many fascinating examples, like the landlord who lowered the rent because a tenant skillfully appealed to his desire for a good deal,
Oh, I like that one.
or the salesman who closed a major deal not by pushing his product, but by genuinely listening to his customers' interests. It's about making that personal connection, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's about shifting our focus from what can I get to what can I understand. And a simple but powerful way to do that is to remember people's names. Remember Carnegie's story about Jim Farley, the postmaster general who knew the names of 50,000 people?
50,000, that's astounding. It seems almost superhuman.
It certainly takes effort, but it demonstrates the power of that simple act. When you remember someone's name, you're acknowledging their individuality, their importance. It can make all the difference in how they perceive you and your message.
It makes you wonder how many names we just kind of gloss over each day,
It's true.
What if we all just put in a little more effort to truly see and remember the people that we encounter?
It could spark a revolution of kindness. And, remembering names goes hand in hand with another essential skill Carnegie emphasizes, becoming a better listener. We've all been cornered by someone who just loves the sound of their own voice.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right.
It's like they're giving a monologue, not having a conversation.
Exactly. Carnegie urges us to be the opposite of that. He highlights Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, as a master listener. Imagine the secrets patients revealed when they felt truly heard by someone like Freud.
It's fascinating. And it just underscores that deep human need to be understood. We all want to feel like our experiences and perspectives matter.
And that's why genuine listening is so powerful. It's not just about hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions and motivations behind them. It's about asking insightful questions, offering thoughtful responses, and making the other person feel like they're the only person in the room. Have you ever experienced that? That kind of deep listening from someone where you felt truly seen and heard?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's a rare and precious gift. When you receive it, you feel, valued, respected, even inspired.
Precisely. And it paves the way for much more meaningful connections. But listening is just one piece of the puzzle. Carnegie also delves into the art of offering genuine praise. And I want to emphasize, he's not talking about empty flattery, but about recognizing and acknowledging the good in others in a specific and authentic way.
He tells that heartwarming story about that young boy who blossomed after being praised for his interest in radios.
Oh, yeah.
It was just that simple act of encouragement that really ignited a passion in him, led to a dramatic improvement in his schoolwork and self-esteem.
It's a beautiful illustration of how powerful genuine praise can be, right?
Yeah.
It's like planting a seed of possibility, nurturing someone's potential. It's not about manipulation. It's about recognizing and encouraging the best in others.
And it circles back to that fundamental human need we talked about earlier, the need to feel important, valued.
Absolutely. And it connects to another key principle, inspiring people to action. Carnegie argues that nobody likes being told what to do. So instead of issuing commands, what if we guided, encouraged, and made people feel like they came up with the idea themselves?
He shares a clever example of this. A group of boys building a fire in a park.
Right.
Instead of reprimanding them directly, Carnegie appealed to their sense of responsibility, allowing them to save face while changing their behavior.
It's a brilliant example of leadership through influence, not force.
Yeah.
And it highlights the importance of tapping into people's intrinsic motivations. We all want to feel like we have agency, like our choices matter. So what if, instead of dictating, we presented options, offered suggestions, and allowed others to feel empowered in their decisions?
That's such a powerful shift in mindset.
It is.
It's about collaboration, not coercion.
Right.
And it makes so much sense. People are far more likely to embrace an idea when they feel like they've had a hand in shaping it.
Exactly. And, Carnegie's book is full of these subtle but profound shifts in thinking. It's about understanding the psychology of human interaction, the art of building rapport and inspiring action.
It's like Carnegie cracked the code of human interaction, right? Providing us with these practical tools to build stronger, more authentic connections.
And one of the most powerful tools that he gives us is this: the ability to see things from another person's perspective. It's so easy to get caught up in our own heads, our own needs and desires. But what if we paused, took a step back, and genuinely tried to see the world through their eyes?
It's like that classic quote, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle."
Yeah.
We never know what someone else is going through,
Right.
but a little empathy can go a long way.
Absolutely. And empathy isn't about agreeing with someone. It's about understanding where they're coming from, even if you don't share their viewpoint. And from that place of understanding, we can start to, build bridges instead of walls.
It makes you wonder, how many conflicts could be avoided if we all approached our interactions with a little more empathy and a lot less judgment?
It's a powerful thought, and it ties into another key takeaway from Carnegie's book: the importance of focusing on the positive. It's so easy to get, bogged down in negativity, to focus on what's wrong with people or situations. But what if we consciously shifted our attention to the good, to the strengths, the possibilities?
He talks about the power of genuine praise,
Yeah.
of recognizing and acknowledging the best in others. And it's not just about making people feel good, it's about creating a more positive and productive environment for everyone.
Exactly. When we focus on strengths, we empower people to shine, right? And when we create a culture of appreciation, we inspire greater collaboration and creativity.
So for our listener out there who's been diving deep with us into how to win friends and influence people, here's our challenge to you. This week, choose one principle that resonated with you and put it into practice. Maybe it's making a conscious effort to listen more deeply, to offer genuine praise, or to see the world through someone else's eyes.
I love it.
And remember, even small changes can create a ripple effect.
They do.
By incorporating even one of Carnegie's timeless principles into your interactions,
Yeah.
you can unlock a world of possibilities for deeper, more meaningful connections. So go out there, embrace the art of human connection, and see what magic unfolds.